Hello my friends, welcome back to the bench, and today we're going to be going over applying and cleaning up panel line liquid. And the previous video I showed a bunch of products on the market for scribing and creating the panel line. This time we're going to actually be putting in the panel line fluids and then cleaning it up so we get a nice clean look. If you just go ahead and panel line your kit and maybe put a dull coat over it with the decals, you end up with something really nice. I built this kit, as I said, between moving to the house I'm in now and the one I was in, so a lot of stuff was packed up. So I was building this on a kitchen table, but I still had my panel liner, and I cleaned up all the lines. But you can see how fantastic it really does add to the kit. Just panel lining alone. Everything's dull because I put a nice matte coat over it, and all the little decals add to it too. But look how many lines this real grade kit had. It really did add to the kit, all the panel lining. So if you just build this out of the box, right, and panel line it, and then I put a coat over, I put a matte coat. I do like my suits with a matte coat. Let's get this guy's shield back on. And yeah, so that's what you're going to get. It's going to look, I mean, real great shelf presence. There we go. So that is the great result you get, even just panel lining. If you're going to be panel lining over an airbrush kit, I recommend you highly clear coat it first, shiny, so it runs smooth through the lines. And then after that, you can clean it up and then dull coat it. But if you're going to go just over plastic, you're fine. That was just, I believe, was just this Tamiya panel lining liquid. And a lot of people say it chews up the plastic. I've had no problem. All of these, even this little Converge kit, I panel line. See, I put the little accented this guy up a bit. And I have no problems. I haven't had a problem with this eating up my plastic in the years I've been using it. I'll show you an example of it over a painted kit. Hold on one second. Here's my Gundam ball. This is Mazda Renown racing colors. They had one car they raced, and they won. And they changed the rules, I believe, and we never saw the car again. But it's this orange and green checkerboard design. So this is part of my series of painting Gundams and racing liveries. Color schemes. But you can see all the little dots I filled in, all the panel lining all over here. I mean, that's a day in and of itself. Look at all this. And little circles here. And this is over the paint. And this was a semi-gloss, almost a matte color, which isn't recommended. And it went in fine because it was a kind of a smooth paint. I believe the green is Tamiya and the orange is Mr. Color. So if you're going with a gloss paint, you have no problem. But that's what I ended up with here. So really does add to the kit. Let me get this guy back on the shelf. Great kit with it. One of the best kits I've ever built was that master grade ball. Inexpensive, but currently really tough to find. All right, so this isn't going to be as long as the other video. The other one I had a ton of tools. This is basically we're going to get the liquid into the line, let it dry, and clean it up. So we're going to show how many tons of ways to really put the liquid into the line. I'm going to show everything other than this, which is you're just going to dip it and put it in, and then it flows, and then you clean it up, which is easy. It's a good way to go. You end up with a lot of dots. I did this one here. By dots, I mean like this, where the entry point is. This is blue because I use this. I don't know if you guys know this, but this Mr. Weathering Color filter liquid is actually panel lining liquid. Comes in a bunch of colors. It's the same thing. I believe it's an enamel, and this is their own solvent that they use to clean it off. It's separate because this is probably spirits. That's probably a white spirits for the enamel. I use Zippo or any brand lighting fluid. I've had great luck with this. This can has lasted me forever. I got it at the gas station. I couldn't find it at the stores anymore, but gas stations still carry it. It's got a nice dispenser. Put it right in the Q-tip or the cotton swab. This is great. I like this quite a bit. Alcohol actually works pretty good too. 91% actually. And let me grab, these are my favorites for cleaning up. I clean my airbrushes with these, and I'll do my panel lining with them. You got a rounded end and a pointed end. These are for cleaning guns, believe it or not. My friend uses this to clean his guns, and he told me they don't leave any hair behind. So I ended up using these, and I've been using them extensively now for a while. These are really high quality, low price product. Last a year for like $12. They got like almost 1,000, I think, in the package. And you got two kinds of ends too, which is great too. So yeah, we will use these as we clean up. Now, as far as applying it, we all know this way. Why show it? You dunk it, put it in, you're ready to go. We had to show alternatives, and I started using an ink pen, an inkwell pen for calligraphy. Here is one. It came with a one tip. It came with some ink. What kind of ink is this? It's acrylic pigmented ink, so that probably might work too. This also, extra tips. This is a cheapie. I don't know if this is from Wish. This is the same thing. Wasn't that cheap. It was still close to $10 after getting this thing here. So you get all different size tips and a handle. Let me get these out. So you want the finest of all the tips that you can possibly get, you know. And it caught on, I guess, because recently released this year was this display. It's like a calligraphy pen. Calligraphy. Yeah, so they came up with the idea that I was using for quite some time now. But you know what? Same price. I think this was $12, I think. With shipping, I think it was pretty cheap. So it didn't matter. I was like, I'm not saving that much money unless you really shop for a real cheap one of these. Even this one, once I got it to the house, was about $10, so it didn't really matter. But yeah, check this out. It's got a nice cover. All aluminum. But what I like about it is it's got the thinnest tip of all of them. And this is what I'm looking for. Because you can see these other ones are much bigger. And I was actually looking for this, and I had one that gave me a lot of trouble. But this comes highly recommended, and I'm going to try it. I do like it. It's not so much expensive that it was a stupid purchase. It actually comes within the same price range as these other ones. So yeah, we're going to try and apply our liquid with one of these, so we'll actually use this. As I says, you guys can go and get any of these. Anything you think will work for you. As I said, I've been using this for a while, and closely related to it is this. You want to know what this is? It's a glass pen. Check this out. Now, of course, it is pretty wide. It's pretty thin at the tip. Let's see if I can show you the tip here. See, it's not too bad. The good thing is it holds a lot. You can get a lot of panels in because it holds a lot of liquid up in these twists. See? So it's quite unique. It wasn't expensive at all. I wanted to try it. It's really comfortable, and it's pretty. It's a unique item on your desk for sure. So I will show you that too. My glass pen. And finally, there's your markers. Unfortunately, I don't have the flow type, which is the fat brush-like end on these Gundam markers. You just touch it and it flows through, and then you clean up. I thought I had one, but I don't. I only have these traditional chisel-style end. So, yeah. And the flow type, you can either dispense a bunch of liquid. Let me get a tin cup here. Into your little cups and then put it in. Or you can actually just touch the panel line and it flows right through and you clean it up. I wish I had one, but I don't. I do have their ultra thin panel line pen from the Gundam markers, but I'm having trouble, so I think it's drying up on me. See, I'm rubbing it a lot just to get it to come into this color. See, So I think this is drying up, but never fear. There's always a solution, an alternative. Molotow black liner. Thin set. Look at this. 0.5 millimeter, 0.1 millimeter, 0.2, and a 0.4. You get all 4 sizes. The caps tell you what they are. This is great. It works just like the Gundam markers, except you're getting 4 in a set. This was like 12 bucks. Way worth it for getting all of them. And this was even cheaper because it's $12.99, and you're getting an extra brush pen tip on the end. This is the same 0.5. Get that reflection. There we go. 0.5, 0.1, 0.05, 0.01, 0.3, 0.5, and a brush tip. So you're getting completely different sizes here. By a brush tip, I mean a brush tip. And these are both pigmented ink. So they'll clean up with the alcohol or the Zippo lighter fluid. And this 0.05 is a really microscopic size. Look at that. That is tiny. So, all right, we'll test that out. Put the ink on with these, and then we're going to clean it up with Mr. Clean Stick from Mr. Hobby. What this is, let's take this end off. It's just a metal piece with 2 points at the end, and it comes with a bunch. Let's get this over here so we don't lose them. Comes with a bunch of tips and the same thing, and these are solvent resistant, so I can dip this into any of my solvents. It won't eat away. See the end? So we're going to put one in this end. Just twist around there. There we go. See that? And this is also a squeegee for applying decals and getting them in the right spot. Water slide decals, water decals. Let's get the thin end here, which is cool because instead of having to take a tip off and to apply it on the other end, it lets you have, see them both mount at the same time. Is it the same? No. So the fatter end had to go on this side. I could tell by the size of it here. All right, and then we're going to put this here. Hopefully my voice is in the right spot. I'm trying to line up with the microphone here, guys. There we go. That's it. And that's to clean up the lines. We will check it out and see how this works. I believe I've used it earlier, last year when I first got it, and it worked quite well. So we will leave that out right there. All right, good old-fashioned eraser, high polymer eraser. All right, this is still sealed, a brand new one. Let me get this out of here. And there we go. You can keep it in the package if you want. Believe it or not, this will just erase everything away. You let it dry and go over it. This is probably your best bet. Not even have to use a solvent. I'll show you how to use this eraser. It's fantastic. All right, this is from Ammo by Mig, but you can get these anywhere. However, I was going to say you're paying for the brand. These are dirt cheap. I don't even know if I paid $2 or $3 for this. And I'll show you what these are. These are for weathering. They're just wedges. Oh, hold on. You can see they're all stuck together here. Let's break one off. There we go. All live on camera here. No editing, guys. There we go. Yeah, these are dirt cheap. I mean, these are really cheap. But, again, if you got to ship it, and then that's when the cost starts to come up, unless your local store is carrying this stuff. So, that's a wedge for cleaning up. Now, with these, I got the idea of just getting these cosmetic wedges. Now, these came from my local CVS. This was about $3.80, and you're getting this giant package of them. So, again, cheap. Yeah. And there you go. All right. Let me show you one more item to clean them up with. And this is a Gundam marker, eraser marker. See it? And I thought I could just go ahead and rub this over an exposed panel line and clean it up. But too much liquid comes out, and it's the case of pushing the liquid into here and using it. So basically, this is a marker filled with this and this, or Zippo, you know, just fill with some spirits or something, you know. And let me show you what the instructions are for this. Must be tested before, oh, wait, up here. Here we go. How to use. See it? Place the tip of the marker in paper, press down to let the ink come out. You know, it's ink. It's a solvent. Apply to the area that needs erasing. When erasing a small area, the tip will absorb the color. We'll try that. If erasing a large area, apply the ink and then wipe off with the tissue paper. So, color transfers onto the tip, so clean the tip by pressing down the marker on the tissue paper and place cap after use. So, yeah, they're saying put a bunch of it and then wipe it up, you know, with one of, it says tissue, but, you know, one of these sponges or something. So, this is just, it's just going to apply the thinner to clean it up with. Well, I'm guessing we're going to have to pour it into here, or maybe push it onto this. It's just a convenient way of keeping it. I was disappointed, but hey, we're going to test it anyway. We'll see what we get. And for some panel lines, here we go. I got a whole bunch in here I've cleaned out of one of my test kits. We got all kinds of lines here to try. Look, I got this little 1/72 scale aircraft from Airfix. Look at all those nice panel lines there. So, there we go. We'll apply that. And on the end, I almost seen the corner of my eye. I use these eraser sheets from Mr. Clean Eraser. The Magic Eraser, I should say. Now they come in these sheets. And this is the traditional brick. Cut off a piece of this. And this works just like the eraser. I personally had these in the house, so I didn't really have to spend. I wouldn't go out of my way. I actually think the eraser might be the better way to go. But dual purpose, you can clean your house and take a piece and clean up one of your panel lines. So let's pull out some of these and let's get started here. There's a whole bunch here. We're going to go with just straight black because I was going to do my neon panel line, but it doesn't show up great on camera. And self-promoting there, but a full fresh stock is about to come in, guys. I'm working with Gundam Pros right now. So a fresh stock of my panel liners will be in soon. But here we are. See, I got a bunch of lines here. So I'm going to just go ahead, for the purpose of this video, we're just going to use black. We use this Tamiya black for now. I'm actually developing a line of acrylic colors that aren't neons. Blacks, reds, blues. So that is in the works. And so the traditional way is using the old cap that you get. Works great. It's perfect for this test too, because we're going to clean up some of these lines and show you that. So let's go ahead and put some on here. We can put on a little sloppy, I guess, if we want. Here, let's see. There we go. That's a fat line. All right, so it filled it in, but see now it's a little sloppy? That's what we're looking for, you know, because we're going to clean it up also as well as apply it. So let's get a couple of sloppy lines here. Let's go ahead and do this. There we go. Fill that right in. Nice and dark. If not too dark on this side, let's make it a little messy here. Try to actually make it messy. There we go. Outside the lines. Yep. All right, so we'll have this dry off. No, don't put the cap on that. Well, you know what? You got to put the cap on because this has to be shaken quite a bit as you're working on it. So let's go ahead and cut this in half and put this aside while it dries. All right. All right. So let's go ahead. What do we try here? A marker? Let's go with a marker. All right. We'll go with a 0.1. And let's see what we get. All right, here we go. All right. I'm making it sloppy on purpose. So we can clean it up. All right, that's a Molotov marker. All right. We put a marker. Let's try to get this side here. Oh, well, that one came out nice and neat. These, I think, work a little nicer than the Gundam ones. They seem to dry out quicker. These are really nice, and you're getting a whole set of them. So let's put marker on this. Little M there. Let that dry. So there's your marker. These both work the same. Depends where you're located, I guess. If you want to order these, I will put the link up for the Molotov and the... See if I can find the Master's Touch. I think I got this at my local art supply store. All right, so let's go ahead. Shake this up again. Let's go use a pen. All right, again, all these will work, but we'll test out this Display as it's a new product on the bench, and we want to test it even though it's pretty much a calligraphy pen. All right, so let's get a nice piece for testing. I don't know what will show up well on camera. Maybe this rudder. See those pieces right there? Look at that. There you go. And let's pick something here. We can do the same as these. All right, anyway, let's figure this out. All right, let's go ahead, and then we'll do the glass pen after this. All right, flip this over. We're not going to be using that. And let's load up the pen. And here we go. Trying to get this in the camera for you guys. See, you're just going to tap it, and it's going to flow in. These are really fine lines. So this pen is actually just what I was looking for. It's really, really fine. Unfortunately, it doesn't hold a lot of ink, which is where the glass pen comes in. But you just touch the needle, and you're going to flow right in. All right, let's go up here. Dip it again. I really loaded it up on that one. All right, let's try one of these. Try to get this in camera here. Again, we want to make it a little sloppy because we're going to clean it up afterwards. But yeah, it flows really nice. It gets the job done. Look at that, right through. All right. All right, we're going to clean this off. I keep a little acetone right here. Believe it or not, acetone will clean out anything, right? Don't have to worry about this. And acetone, it's all metal. All right, let me wipe this off. You want to keep this clean so the ink flows really well. There we go, cleaned right off. Look at that. I do like this. It's comfortable. It's the exact size I was looking for. All right, let's go ahead and cap this. All right. I got a little bit of ink, a little bit of panel lining spilled here. Let's wipe that up. I'm a neat freak here, so I got to make sure everything stays clean. All right. Last but not least is the glass pen. All right, let's go with, maybe we'll go with wings here for cleaning up. What do you think? This looks like it's beefy enough, right? I also have the head, had a nice big panel line in it. That's a fat panel line. Look at that. All right, same idea. Unfortunately, I should shake this up again. You got to keep this stuff shaken up. There we go. All right, let's try it. A glass pen holds it well too. It doesn't dip, it doesn't drip off or anything. I'm trying to do it so the camera stays focused for you guys. All right, I look over the camera when I do this. Here. Again, we want it to be sloppy. We're going to clean it up. But you can do quite a bit with this loaded up pen. It'll keep going because it holds a lot of ink. So if you're doing a big job, look at look at how much ink just came out. So I forced that out. If you just tap it, just like the other pen, look at that. It'll flow right through. Oops, hit the camera. It'll flow right through. Yeah. Look at that. Actually looks better than on this. I'm going to refill all that in. All right, let's try this little tiny square here. There's a little square here, a rectangle, let's see. Boom, look at that. And always we'll leave that little dot, of course, but that's what we're going to clean up. That's part 2 of the test, right? All right. There we go. So we got the marker, we did that. Now we're going to clean it up. I'm going to show you, if we can keep going here, I'm going to show you how much this thing actually holds in ink. Look at this. It's still loaded up with ink. Look at it flowing through. Look at this. It just holds a ton of ink. And if you're building a perfect grade or something, big kit, comes in handy. It's still loaded up. I can go for a while here. Look at it. So, gets the job done. Let's try it on this wing. Look at that. This will go for quite a bit. So that's the feature of the glass pen, is it holds quite a lot of ink. Check that out. All we do is clean up the mess. And we got a beautifully lined wing. All right. We will let this dry. Let me clean this off. Again, and the acetone would be good. Don't break the glass tip. All right. Let me show you how clean this gets. Pretty easily to clean. It's got wide grooves in it, so it's easy to clean. Spotless. There we go. All right. I got that on Amazon. I'll put a link below for the pen. All right. Now everything is cleaned up. We might need one of these tins. Let's put the cap on here, and we'll start to clean these up. All right. I don't know if these are dry yet. Yeah, it's kind of drying up already. Can you see it? All right. Any of these, let's get some of this out of the way. Any of these will work, of course. You gotta pick your favorite. Let's start with an eraser. All right. Sorry guys, I had to get this angle here when I do this. Oh, not quite dry. See, I should have waited a little longer. But let's go straight down. We'll clean it up that way. See, and you got to get it off of. You can't keep rubbing the ink into it too. But once you get a clean spot and most of it's cleaned off, you just pull in the direction, and there you go. There's more on my finger than there is on the. Look at that, huh? A big old eraser. Look how clean. So there's one. Let me put that somewhere here. All right. Let's try Mr. Hobby's piece here. We will use my personal favorite, which is Zippo. You guys can use anything I showed. I like this because it's all built in. It's got this beautiful applicator. I could just put some on. If you get too much, you don't need a lot. You can just wipe off the excess. All right, let's see what we get with this. Now, this is a fine piece. Let's see if this will work. Nope, it didn't dry. See, it didn't dry. It took it right out. I can let this dry a little further. Yeah, let's try it. This is good because you can really get into the corners. There it is. I got it. There we go. Pulls it right off too, and I believe these can be cleaned when you're done, so you can use them for quite a bit. They don't sell them separate. You got to buy a whole kit again, but it's not even $10 for the set. So that works fine, and it's dual purpose. This will also help you putting on water slide decals. You can put them into position without tearing them. It's a nice little tool to have. So that works. All right. We also have to try this liquid. So we do have to try that. Let's try. They said I can probably wipe some of this off. I don't think I can, per their instructions. Let's see what we get. Yeah, it's starting to take it off. I thought it would be a certain kind of material, and it would just be like my eraser, and I would just rub it off, but it's not. I don't even know if it's loaded up. Now it is, and I think that's too wet. Watch. Nope, it doesn't want to remove it. Let us try this. It could be that weird plastic that... No, see, it's too much. You got to do what they say. All right, so let's load it up in here. All right. It's not a felt tip, so it's not really pulling it out. Put some in here. We'll go with my excellent Q-tips here. My gun cleaning swabs. Put a little bit on it. And let's see what this does. Yeah, big difference. It was just flooding it. But I don't see a purpose for this. I'd rather just go out and buy lighter fluid, you know? I'd rather just go buy lighter fluid. Or my eraser. Still hard to beat the eraser. Now, it had trouble with this plastic. It could be a weird plastic, but let's see if the eraser has no trouble with the plastic. Right? Let's try that. Here we go. I'll try one of the spots. No, it seemed to have taken it off. Let's try over here. Yeah, it's quite a bit more work, but I think it's this plastic because you saw it removed it right away from the white plastic. You see, I still have a little nub in here to go. But I guess if you keep working at it. Oh, there it is. I got the right angle. Look at that. Yeah, so the eraser will take anything off. Yeah, I'm just getting the wrong angles here, guys. It's tough with the camera layout. So, yeah, eraser. This is the weathering liquid here. You can see because it's blue. So, let's see if you need. No, it's no, right off. The eraser took it right off. Look at it. Eraser might be the winner. And we're just about done. We're going to try one of these wedges. Let's try that. The ones from the makeup counter is a little denser. So let's try that. All right, we're out. So we got away. Oh, here we go. All right. Let's try one of these. Try a splash of this. Very little. And let's see if this works. Nope, took too much out. See it? The sponge went in and pulled too much of it out. So, let's try it dry. No, it's not. It's still wet. That's the problem. All right, we let that dry. Let us try Magic Eraser. All right, let's go with this. I'm going to try this dry first, see if it works like an eraser. Oh, it kind of is. Look at this, guys. Yeah, this works great. This works like the eraser. Hence, eraser. Oh, man. Look at this. Is that clean or what? Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is the sheets, the thin sheets. Boy, this is a winner, just like the eraser. Look at that. I put double the amount in here. That's why it's darker. Yeah, terrific. These work great. Nothing on them. No solvent. Nothing. And the traditional way I used to do it is sit here with my cotton swabs here, and I used to dab some on here, and that's what I did with him. I mean, he's beautiful. It took a long time. He's terrific, but you need something fine to get in those little corners and stuff. But if you do it while it's still on the runners, you're going to be all right. Now, here's a big spot. Let's take the same one and see if it works. Yep. And this is dried up pretty good. This has been drying for a while. Yeah. This works good, and I like the eraser. They're the cleanest. No solvent involved as far as the cleaning it off goes. We'll do it one more time. Look at all those spots right there. Let's see what we get. it's flat, so you're not getting in there and pulling anything out, you know. Oh, it works great. Look at this. All right, we got one more here. We'll wrap it up with this one bit up here. Here we go. There we go. Yeah, that's great. So these Magic Eraser, I use these sheets. Get a bunch of them in here too, by the way. Nice to keep it in the box for dispensing them. Much better than these. These are too soft. I think they got into the panel line too much and pulled the paint out. Whereas this is nice and flat, and the eraser, of course, works great too. All right, we'll do one more with the eraser here. And I think you can use a nice pencil eraser too, and you can get a nice Architect's eraser pen if you want to get, you know, fine details. So the eraser works, and the this mystery eraser sheets work great. It might even work better than the eraser. Look at that. Fantastic. And that's it. I'm not crazy about this pen. I mean, it's just got the liquid in it, but you know what? You don't need the liquid anymore if you buy this. Or an eraser. It gets the job done. And for applying it, I do like this display pen quite a bit. My glass pen works great. It loads up a lot. And of course, you don't have to use any of it. You can just use the little, you know, the brush that's built into the Tamiya. Oh, but these brands don't have a brush. So, they don't have a brush with them. And I have other brands too of panel washing and no brush with them. This is the only one that comes with a brush. And mine are probably, when I do mine, I'm probably going to be in this, which doesn't have a brush. You just use your own brush. I use, sorry guys, I hit the camera. I use these fine tip brushes. They work great, you know. Or you can use either of the pens, the glass pen. Markers also work. But there you go. That's it. That's not a ton of products to do it, but at least we discovered that those Magic Eraser from Mr. Clean work great. They work great. There's no chemicals involved. It just wiped it away. You know, that or the eraser. And they're both pretty cheap. I'd say right there. So all you need is your panel liner and that. And for panel lining, you can use any brand. I think this will erase it no matter what. If it took off the solvent, it's going to take off an acrylic one too. So, well, there you go, guys. That was it. We went through it. And great conclusion, finding out that works that good. I knew the eraser worked good, but I didn't know about these sheets or even the sponges. That's the way to go. Don't use these makeup sponges. It grabbed too much of the paint into the grooves and sucked it out because it's too soft. It got into the grooves. Whereas these are a little stiffer. It goes right over the panel line. It doesn't seek into the panel line. So there you go. All right, guys. We have a bunch more tests coming up. I just got in this Archive X paint for Star Wars. I just got the one because I wanted to see how it worked. Very expensive. These are $10 a bottle. And I figured just get red and see how it works. If I like it, then I'll get a set and we'll test them. And we'll take it from there. I got a special announcement with a giveaway. And that is this band Quantum Twilight. Really good power metal. This is, if you like Dragon Force, this is right up your alley. It's that exact style of power metal, but there's a song on here inspired by Gundam, the original Gundam, Intergalactic Onslaught, and I mentioned the band and the guys on my one of my social media channels, and the guys, Gary, got in touch with me, and he's in the band. It's two guys, it's Gary and Jared, and what they did was they sent me a few of these, and they signed them for me, and they put the shrink wrap back on them, and we're going to give them away. So an upcoming video, hopefully within the week, and maybe I'm going to put some of the music in the background of my opening so you guys can hear a little bit. And he gave me permission to do that too. A great guy. Thank you, Gary, for giving these. But this is an upcoming video. Hopefully by the end of the week, we'll give a couple of these away with their autographs, which is fantastic. Beautiful artwork too. And, yeah, that's coming up. And many more things coming up, guys. I got a couple of airbrush tests, side feed airbrushes. Tests are coming up. I got some paints coming in. I'm not going to mention them yet. We got the SMS paint test coming up soon. We're going to test box number 3, Magic Dust, from the color shifters from Vallejo. That's coming up very soon too. And I got to get back into some painting. Haven't painted anything in a while. So Hey, that's coming up. Anyway, guys, thank you for sticking around. Like the video. Subscribe if you haven't already. Please join my Patreon. I'll put a link below to that, where I answer your questions directly in video format. And you guys have been terrific. Thank you for all my patrons. You guys are great. Anyway, thanks, guys. Have a great rest of your weekend. We'll see you during the week with another video. God bless. Have a great day.